So just to demonstrate this in action, we'll just take Shane through a few of these. So Shane, if you just do a reach up to the ceiling as your foot hits the floor, that's going to put a lot more load through his quad and his soleus. So what we're looking for as Shane hits the floor is we want to see that ability to co-contract at the knee. So we don't want to see that knee keep moving as his foot hits the floor. So you can see here as Shane hits the floor that his knee keeps traveling. So we want to see that stiffness created with a bit more intent through his midfoot. That's a little bit better. Good. Now as Shane reaches this way and his foot hits the floor, you can see he can contract that knee a little bit better. So by getting him to use his hip a little bit more, you can see that knee, its ability to contract, the timing's a little bit different. Okay, so take a smaller step, bigger reach. That's it. And he's finding that midfoot. Okay, now in the frontal plane, Shane, if you take a small step and reach this way, okay, again, we can see the knee and the sagittal planes all right here, and then the hip is traveling nicely. Whereas a lot of patients, if they've got poor ability to tolerate load in the frontal plane, they won't want that hip to come out this way. And what they'll do usually is they'll take a small reach. So I might get my patient and I might actually stand here. And as you reach in, I want you to touch my hand and give them a target so that they really have to go outside their comfort zone. Okay, and again, if you keep going there, Shane, if you've got a patient with a history of back pain, or iliocostalis or something like that, may have protective tone, we might want to mobilize those tissues, take them through a full range of motion. If I want to do less lateral hip here, Shane, if you reach towards me, okay, so you can see a bigger valgus here. And again, we're looking for, as that foot hits the floor, is his knee co-contracting? And is everything doing its job, or is he eccentrically loading, okay, through his quad? So he's doing a pretty good job there. For the transverse plane, if I want more medial hamstring, Shane, if you just reach this way as your foot hits the floor, okay, good. And again, a little bit quicker reach, that's it. And you can see the quicker he reaches, the more momentum, the more chaos within the nervous system that has to deal with, okay? And then if you reach towards me as your foot hits the floor, a little bit quicker reach, that's it. Good stuff. And then just hold that position. So I want to see, does he own it? Is he on his midfoot? And he's doing a great job there. Okay. So there are the different drivers that you could use. Now, as I said, you can do this. We're just covering today. It's beyond the scope to cover all the different variations, but we're just covering the sagittal plane today with all these different drivers. And as I said, you could do it in a pure frontal plane. You could do it in a pure transverse plane as well. Okay. But ultimately, we want the patient to be able to get onto that midfoot and have options. Because again, if he has to reach this way or he has to reach that way, we can manage that base of support. We can manage that perturbation without the top down getting involved. Okay, so again, one of the cues you're going to say to your patient a lot is take a smaller step, bigger reach. So can you do a few with a bigger step, Shane? Just exaggerate that. So you can see the bigger step here, the less reach. It's just he's not creating enough perturbation. So if you just pause there to do one and pause, you can see he's got a massive base of support here. He's not being challenged. Whereas if you take a small step, big reach, now his nervous system's interested, because all of these things are going to have to fire or he's going to fall over. It's literally as simple as that. So small step, big reach. And again, just understanding the different reactions that's going to happen through the body. It's not just the adductors, it's not just the MCL, it's through the whole chain. So we can bias certain directions by understanding the reactions that happen throughout the body to either progress, to regress, or just to maintain at a certain level of loading.